Some of your daily habits aren't just wasting time, they're silently lowering your intelligence. And the scary part, most people don't even realize they're doing them every day. Let me tell you something powerful that most people don't realize about intelligence. It's not just about how smart you are on paper, how many degrees you have, or how fast you can solve problems. Real intelligence shows up in your daily behavior, especially in how you handle your emotions. One of the clearest daily habits that shows low intelligence is letting emotions control every single reaction. And this doesn't mean feeling emotions is wrong. Emotions are human. But the problem starts when emotions become the driver of your life instead of your awareness being in control. Think about how many times people get angry over small things, snap at loved ones, argue loudly over tiny misunderstandings, or post emotional outbursts online and later regret it. That's not strength and it's not intelligence. That's the brain running on impulse instead of logic. Intelligent people don't react instantly. They pause, they breathe, they think. But when someone reacts without thinking, they are handing control of their life to temporary feelings that last minutes, but create damage that lasts for years. Every time you overreact, you weaken your own authority. You lose respect in relationships. You look unstable in professional settings. And most dangerously, you train your brain to choose chaos instead of clarity. Over time, this becomes a habit so strong that a person starts believing the world is always against them. They feel offended easily. They feel attacked easily. They live in a constant state of emotional turbulence, and that is a very low-level way to live mentally. Another form of this habit is taking everything personally. Not every comment is an insult. Not every mistake is a failure. Not every delay is disrespect. But when your mind is weak, it sees threats everywhere. It stays in defensive mode, and a defensive mind can never grow, learn, or lead. It only survives, reacts, and destroys its own peace. The truth is, emotional control is one of the highest forms of intelligence. It doesn't come naturally. It is trained. It is built. It is practiced daily. You learn to pause before speaking. You learn to respond instead of react. You learn to choose silence over unnecessary conflict. And when you master this, your life changes. Your relationships improve. Your confidence increases. Your decisions become sharper. So if you truly want to increase your intelligence, don't just read more books or watch smarter content. Start mastering your reactions. Because the moment you stop letting emotions control you is the moment your intelligence truly begins to show. Now let's talk about a habit that quietly destroys intelligence every single day, and most people don't even notice it happening. It's the habit of refusing to learn, refusing to adapt, and refusing to improve. This is one of the most dangerous signs of low intelligence because it doesn't look like stupidity on the surface. It looks like confidence. It looks like stubbornness. It looks like this is just how I am. But in reality, it's the slow death of the mind. Truly intelligent people understand one simple truth: they don't know everything. They stay curious. They ask questions. They listen more than they speak. But low intelligence shows up when a person believes they already know enough, when they reject feedback, and when they get offended by advice. Instead of saying, maybe I can do better, they say, that's not my fault. They blame their parents, their boss, their friends, their past, their situation, the system, everyone except themselves. Look at daily life. A person who refuses to learn will scroll endlessly through meaningless content but won't spend 10 minutes reading something that could change their life. They avoid books because they're boring. They avoid courses because they're useless. They avoid advice because nobody can tell me what to do. And slowly, their world becomes smaller. Their thinking becomes rigid. Their mindset becomes outdated. And without realizing it, they trap themselves in a mental prison built entirely by their own habits. Another dangerous part of this habit is the fear of change. Many people are not actually lazy, they are just scared. Scared of looking stupid if they try something new. Scared of failing. Scared of being judged. But intelligence grows through discomfort. It grows through mistakes. It grows through stretching your limits. If you never challenge what you know, your brain starts shrinking instead of expanding. People with low intelligence often defend the same beliefs for years without ever questioning them. They argue but don't research. They speak loudly but don't listen. They criticize others but never self-reflect. And the saddest part is, they think they are ahead of everyone else. But real intelligence is quiet, humble, curious. If you want to break this habit, you don't need to become a genius overnight. You just need to become a student of life. Read something new. Listen to someone smarter than you. Accept that you can grow. Accept that you can improve. Because the moment you decide to learn instead of protect your ego, that's the moment your intelligence truly begins to rise.